Hi everyone, Sean O'Toole here with the O'Toole Group, and I've got Mr. B. William, Brett William Jordan. I just learned your middle name is William. It kind of all makes sense now, right?
Yeah.
B. William Design does amazing furniture, interior design, custom work here in Ventura and beyond, actually. So, Brett.
Yeah, a lot in LA, a lot in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with me.
No problem.
You're such an interesting guy. There's so many things, and I'm really glad we get a chance to sit down and chat.
Me too. Thanks.
Anyways, I do have a few questions for you.
No problem.
So we can, so the audience who doesn't know you, a lot of people know you already, but this is for obviously people that don't know you. I'm kind of introducing you to some of the Ventura, I guess some of my followers on Facebook, Instagram, my podcast, etc. So, anyways, all right. First question, just get right to it. Tell me a bit about your business.
I opened this business so I could live here. I was in LA working, had a showroom with my mom in the design center. And I found myself 3 days a week coming up here to surf. Finally, I said, there's no way. The quality of life in LA versus here, I mean, it's just, whatever. So, yeah. I rode my old motorcycle down the avenue, drove past this warehouse 25 years ago.
Wow.
Knocked on the door to the landlord and said, what's the rent? He said, $800 a month. And I said, can I live here? And he said, absolutely. I didn't tell you you could, but go ahead. And I've had it for 25 years.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
And definitely, coming down the avenue, I was for many years curious, like, what is this? And then we met surfing.
Yep. And,
you kind of described it like, oh man, that's great. And I've, been in here a bunch of times to hang with you, talk with you, check out some of your work. So that's great. How many years have you been designing furniture? What's, I know it's your passion, but probably a hard question.
Started in 6th grade.
6th grade?
6th grade.
There you go.
I was in a wood shop with a kid who had an idea of wanting to build a boat. And my uncle was a woodworker, and he said, in life, if you want to be a successful woodworker, you've got to be able to build a boat and build your own home. Wow. So I said, cool, I'll start with the boat.
Yeah.
I'll get my feet busy. So.
Looking around the shop here, you've got many different types of wood, and I know they've all got their own unique characteristics. What would you say is your favorite type of wood to work with? Something that you really enjoy to bring to life? Domestic walnut. Domestic walnut.
Now the problem is that everybody's come on board with this kind of dark walnut over the last 10 years. So the prices have been jacked up, and the accessibility of getting it has been reduced by probably 50%.
Wow.
And it frustrates the hell out of me because that's what I'm used to working with. Mm-hmm. And I kind of have a niche for being known to work with natural, beautiful walnut. So I'm moving to mahogany, Pele, which is a type of mahogany, and local down timber whenever I can find it. So sycamore is all over. Mm-hmm. Sycamore is absolutely beautiful. That's what that giant slab is.
Everyone gets inspiration from, all places. But as far as furniture design, I mean, I can't say I know really any furniture designers that are, that I follow. You, I'm sure, know the best of the best. Who are designers that inspire you? Who are the ones, past or present?
When I was a kid, my parents took me to San Francisco, and we went to the park. And I remember walking around the park and looking at this. I thought it was a pagoda. They called it a pagoda, but actually it was a temple. And when I looked at the joinery of the wood and the way things were joined as a kid, that really inspired me. I'm like, wow, it's like a puzzle. And my dad explained to me that everything wedged, fit, and pieced together, that there were no glues or nail.
Wow.
And I was like, how could you possibly do that, right?
Yeah.
Because we watch houses in the neighborhood in the 70s in Orange County being built, and it was all nail guns and hammers, and that's it. And he's like, oh, no, there's a tradition. So that was my inspiration. The first true craftsman furniture builder was George Nakashima. And he did this absolutely beautiful furniture and homes and things during kind of the craftsman period, a little bit later. But everything used live edge and timber, and then really minimalist, beautiful joinery. So Japanese joinery. And then I started following the Dutch. And the Dutch were influenced by the Japanese. So those two were everything.
Yeah.
So architecture, Le Corbusier, furniture, George Nakashima.
Wow. Awesome. I'll have to check those guys out. Yeah. I know that, I just bought a house, and we're, designing it and whatnot, and it's obviously you've helped us out.
I've been there, yeah. The front door, the main, you got to have a beautiful front door.
Yeah, shop's been on Ventura Avenue for 25 years. have you seen some changes in the last number of years? 4, 5, 10 years? I mean,
Absolutely. I moved here with the thought that this was going to be a little bit like Abbot Kinney in Venice, because when I was in Hollywood, I surfed Venice a lot, and I had a lot of friends that grew up in Venice, and we hung out on Abbot Kinney a lot, and I watched that transform immensely as an artist village, more or less, bordered up on what was a pretty tough ghetto, more or less, and the amount of money that came in and how it transformed was amazing. So 25 years ago, I thought, well, the Avenue, I'm just early. It's going to do it. The first 10 years I was here, it didn't. It went backwards.
Wow.
In the last 10 years, it's stepped up.
Yeah.
It's really stepped up. I mean, even convenience stores are beautiful. We have probably the nicest 7-Eleven in America just down the street.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still a little rough around the edges, but it's definitely gentrified. Yeah. And there's no question. I mean, most of my friends that live in LA, in Venice, and in Santa Monica are all looking at moving here. Yeah. To buy homes here, because there's nowhere this close to the beach that you can afford to live. So, I mean, and I hate to tell people that because I love it and I want to covet it, but you can't even go up to Pismo or Moro or any of those towns and find something comparable to this. I mean, it's almost 20% more up there. So,
no doubt. Yeah, same exact story. I sold a house not too long ago to one of my good friends who's living in Venice for many years. He's like, everyone is talking about the Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff Belzer, I'm not sure if he came up with it, but he definitely uses it. He goes, the Avenue, and it's like, I really appreciate that. But you've been here for many years. That's
well, I mean, I've had a lot of friends that started their first homes on the Avenue.
Yeah.
Like, bought a home for next to nothing, made a pretty penny on it, and then moved to Oakview, and next he'll be in Ojai. So it's nice to see that you can get in on the ground level and work your way up.
Sure. You love Ventura. You moved your whole business here. You moved your whole lifestyle here. What are certain things about Ventura that you really appreciate and would like to, share?
I was kind of a privileged kid, so I went to boarding school in England, traveled all over the world, but never was comfortable with blue blood. I never liked it. Yeah. So Ventura to me was a great mix of farmers, rednecks, and oil drillers, but it rounded out as a cool, still kind of country community, and that's why I liked it. I mean, I could have moved to Montecito or Santa Barbara or Ojai, but I chose here for a reason. Yeah. I love the proximity to the beach. I love looking up at the mountains when I'm surfing. Yeah. And I like the element of it. It's still interesting. I feel like Ventura we're the city by the beach, but we've never really nestled right up to the beach. I'd like to take a little bit more pride and maybe get involved in city council. Yeah. It's a huge interest for me.
You got my support.
All right.
And of course, you're down the beach so much, being that you're surfing. And one thing Brett's a very humble guy here, but he is a U.S. champ surfing. I mean, I was there one day and he was being, carried up the beach.
You were.
Yeah, carried up the beach and national champ. So I guess surfing is definitely one of your draws here.
I love surfing.
And you're definitely an ambassador in the water.
10 minutes in, I was helping a guy on a longboard that had never caught a wave in his life. He's our age.
Yeah.
And, well, my age, not your age. And I helped get him into a wave. And he came back like my daughter with a smile so big and so excited.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Brett's got really, really great pieces of furniture. He does amazing home projects, custom design for your houses, whether it be beautiful floating shelves with live edge, anything. Brett is exceptional. Brett, how do people get a hold of you?
They can do Instagram, bwilliamdesign, or they can go to my website, bwilliamdesign.com. Or they can stop by. If you see the side door open, that's it. There is a showroom up front, but you pretty much got enough on the side door, and I'll let you. Very good. And I will do custom. I'll work with people based on their budget. If I love the project that they're doing, if I can marry myself to it, I'll jump in. I'm not so exclusive that I turn people away. It doesn't matter what I'm building. It could be a bathroom vanity or a bed or a beautiful dining table. I'll do it all.
Yeah, that's cool. Very good. All right. Well, hey, thanks again.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Take care.
See ya.